What's happening, y'all? Welcome back for another exciting episode of the Creatia Conversation on Juneteenth. The number one news source for all that nerdish on the hub. I'm your host, Lord Cussalot Travis Porter, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined today by a special co-host, Katie Kinsey Baby. How you doing, Katie?
I'm fine, Travis. How are you?
Doing just fine. Doing just fine. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you again, as always.
Of course, of course. Always here to help.
Appreciate it. So, we haven't talked in a while. What you been up to? What you been watching? What you been playing? All that.
I, playing haven't really played anything. I've kind of just been, more podcast focused recently for myself. But I'm still on that watch along, watch through of CSI season 14.
Okay.
I'm almost done. I will get it done by like end of July. I'm making that a promise to myself, and then I can start focusing on other shows to watch.
That's your goal. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's good to have something to strive for, Katie. And you know what? I believe in you.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as far as me, what I got, started the new season of Human Resources on Netflix. That is for those of you who don't know, that's the spinoff of Big Mouth.
Mhm.
So that was fun. I only watched the first episode of that so far, but that was cool. Made me laugh, so that was the goal.
Oh,
Goal
nice.
accomplished. Um, then also, the Righteous Gemstones came back last night. So we watched the first episode of that last night, which was that shit's that show was something else, man. Like it's I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's the show with John Goodman. They're the owners, proprietors, I guess you should say, of this mega church in the South. It's like a comedy though, and it is. It also gets like rather intense sometimes too. So it's just like this is something else. I fucking love that show though. Um, and then I started watching this show on Max called Clone High,
Okay.
which is actually I guess they're like a not even really a reboot, but like a very very late second season of the show. The first season of the show came out in 2002 and ended in 2003,
Oh,
but then
wow.
they brought it back this year. So basically, the concept of the show is they got clones of famous people from history, but like they're teenage high school age in their own high school.
Okay.
They have a few of them. They have like Abraham Lincoln, Cleopatra, um, Joan of Arc, Harriet Tubman, John F. Kennedy.
Okay.
Uh, Christopher Columbus is in there too, but like he goes by a different name because at some point between 2003 and 2020, years back, Christopher Columbus got retroactively canceled. Because I guess people like it took them that long to realize that he was like shitty.
Uh, Hey, but they figured it out, and that's all that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah, they got there. But yeah, it's interesting. I'm not gonna say oh I love the show, but it was something to pass the time when I wasn't
Sounds like a
falling
fun
asleep
time.
yet. Yeah, I wasn't falling asleep yet, so I'm like I'll turn this on while I'm doing other things. But
Nice.
yeah, that's all that I got new for what I've been watching on this. And I started the Final Fantasy 16 demo last week, but I haven't had a chance to pick it back up since.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, thank you again for being here, like I said. But also, all of you watching, thank you. I really appreciate you. If you're not watching us live, though, know that you can watch us live on Twitch at twitch.tv/Creatia World. You go there, you watch us live. You can also subscribe. And if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Prime Gaming, which means you can subscribe to us for free. It doesn't cost you a dime, but it helps us out a lot. So we would appreciate you doing that for us. Just, link your Amazon Prime account with your Twitch account. Gives you Prime Gaming. You get to subscribe to somebody for free every month. You got to re-up it every month. It doesn't do it automatically. You got to do it yourself. But also, it gives you other perks like free games and loot for games and all that other kind of stuff. I think they dropped something for Fortnite recently and all that kind of stuff. You just get a lot of free shit. Yeah. So it's worth it for you, and it doesn't cost you a thing. You can also watch us live on YouTube at youtube.com/Creatia World. If you go there, you can also subscribe. That doesn't cost you a thing either. It's free. And then there's a little notification bell with a little bean on the bottom of it. So go and flick that bean on that notification bell. That way every time that we watch, that we drop a new episode or we go live and all that good stuff. And speaking of flicking that bean, another place you can watch us is at Pornhub. At pornhub.com/model/Creatia World. You go there. That's Matt's favorite place for you all to watch us. So make Matt happy and watch us on Pornhub. All right. Pornhub.com/model/Creatia World. Now, if you want to support us financially, a great way to do that is at Patreon. At patreon.com/Creatia World, where for just $1, you get all of our extra stuff. The extra things like Return to Wrestling with myself and the Warden Matt Ritter. We actually just finished recording the latest episode of Return to Wrestling yesterday. We're watching all the Nitros leading up to World War III, 1997. Great time in wrestling. Matt did not enjoy it nearly as much as I did, but, honestly, when it comes to WCW, that's not new. Also, Multiverse with myself and Marta Shark Watkins were going through, animated comic book movies, having a great time doing that. Last one we did was Flashpoint Paradox, getting us ready for the new Flash movie that just came out over the weekend. And I got to talk about that too, because, we got some thoughts on that one. And there have been some reviews dropped, so we'll talk about that soon. Also exclusive merch, like, at the certain levels, you get the exclusive new Arachnid Guardian sticker, not to be confused with another 8-legged creature who is also a man and has powers and all of that. Very different person, completely different person. But, there's exclusive sticker of that and also exclusive t-shirts that you can get at certain levels of Patreon subscribing and all that. So we appreciate you doing all that. Mm-hmm. But enough of all that, though, because it's time, Katie. You know what time that is?
I do.
It's newsy time. All right. So our headline here was about the Flash movie. Does the movie suck, Katie? We need to know. Does the movie suck?
The people want to know.
The people want to know. So let's talk about that. So we got an article here to kind of start explaining this, and then we can get into some deeper things after that. All right.
All right.
So The Flash has gotten a surprising cinema score. This article comes from comicbook.com from Jamie Lovett. The Flash is stumbling at the box office, and the highly anticipated DC movies below expectations projections match its surprisingly low cinema score rating. Moviegoers polled by Cinema Score awarded the film a B score. That doesn't sound terrible, but it's on par with other superhero movies that underperformed at the box office, including Marvel's Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and Eternals. Ooh, same level as Eternals. That sucks. And DC's Green Lantern and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, which I actually thought did pretty well at the box office. I got to look at that again. Reviews from critics are similarly mixed. The Flash's Rotten Tomatoes score is barely above the line between fresh and rotten. I actually looked at it myself. It's at 66 right now. So above 60% is considered fresh. So it's at 66. Yeah, it's barely passing right now. Comicbook.com's Jenna Anderson reviewed The Flash and awarded it a score of 3 out of 5, which would be 6 out of 10 or 60. After years of being a proverbial white whale in the realm of superhero movies, The Flash finally exists in an undoubtedly fun but somewhat inconsequential way. The movie's liveliness is infectious, and there are some genuinely unbelievable moments on display. But that might not be enough to fully cement it as a legendary part of DC's canon. Whether on the screen or on the page, Barry Allen's adventure is far from over, and in one way or another, the Flash movie will always be a one of a kind chapter of that. That was a quote from Jenna Anderson's review. So yeah, the Flash has a long troubled journey to get into to get into theaters and is debuting with a relatively low profile press tour due to recent controversy surrounding star Ezra Miller, who first debuted in the role in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Adding to that trouble is the confusion about where the Flash stands in the DC cinematic canon. Some fans see it as the last gasping breath of the DC extended universe that began with Man of Steel and are unsure and unsure if and how it fits into the future plans of DC Studios co-heads James Gunn and Peter Safran. Despite their high praise of the movie, and even with Blue Beetle and Aquaman: The Last Kingdom still to come this year, the to provide further content, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Anyway, there's more to that article. You can look at that. But yeah, Flash is not projecting well. Katie, we got some concerns.
When you have one of the most controversial people who quite literally should be in prison as the star of your movie, and you protected them like your life depended on it,
yeah,
that's gonna hinder some things. Like, I'm not gonna go see it because fuck Ezra Miller, and I have no interest in the Flash. If I wanted to watch something Flash related, I would watch the show with Grant Gustin because he's my Flash, and he's a better Flash. Well, I know, but like
both of those things are true. Yes, he is definitely a better Flash, and yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was one that I saw like, oh, this is coming, this is cool. I was excited to see Michael Keaton again. That was the only reason I was like super into it, because it just felt like it was going to be a mess. The Flashpoint Paradox story is actually pretty fucking dope. So it's just like I wanted to see how they did it, but I'm not going out of my way to go see it. So eventually it'll be on Max, and I'll probably watch it there. But I'm not spending money to go see it. It's not really. It's not going to do it for me. Honestly, from what these reviews are looking like and what people are saying about it, you'd be better off just watching the animated movie that's already on Max. They do it better there. Like, so it's just, and then afterwards you go over to Patreon at patreon.com/Creatia World and listen to us talk about it afterwards. You know, you can
see, it's a
do all that things. Exactly. It's a better way to go about it. I promise you.
Easily.
You don't have to have that little, that nagging feeling in the back of your neck where you're like, why am I, supporting this thing with Ezra Miller in it? You ain't got to do that.
We don't support Ezra Miller here. Fuck that.
Exactly. So let me see what we got here. A couple of, let's take a look and see. Yeah. So yeah, 66, that's what it still is. 66% on the thermometer, 292 critic reviews, sitting at an 85% audience score though.
That's all Michael Keaton.
You know what? You're probably right. They're all just happy because they saw Michael Keaton as Batman again.
And that is all Michael Keaton and Supergirl. I've been seeing a lot of good things about her. So,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, we've got a few. Let me see what some of the quotes from the reviews are saying here. Here's one from The Age in Australia. Keaton, like the character he's playing, has had several decades to think about what being Batman might really mean. And his prickly, complicated presence has a gravity the movie otherwise strives for but seldom achieves. So, like, yeah, Michael Keaton is killing it. The rest of y'all suck.
Keaton is
well, you said Supergirl was good too, so
yes.
But yeah. Let's see. This one's from we got from the Irish Times. A thundering mess that ends with the usual boring battle in a CGI sky. But on a scene-by-scene basis, The Flash passes the time better than Gunn's own puzzlingly lauded Suicide Squad. It's a strange opinion, sir, because the James Gunn Suicide Squad was pretty fucking dope, dude. Like, I don't know. Maybe you're just missing something. Yeah, but let's see. Anything else that was interesting here? I don't remember. Oh, here's one from the screening room. I mean, fan service in search of a movie. It's not terrible, but it is disappointing. like, eh. And here's one like most disappointingly, Keaton's Batman hasn't been written as the kinky weirdo from the Burton movies. He's just another retro nostalgia prop in a film other overwhelmed by references and inside jokes. I think that's just because you don't understand the story, sir. Because I don't think they ever said he was going to be that weird Batman from back then. He's like, if I'm knowing this might be a weird thing for me, just knowing the comics and the story. Like, I'm 95% sure he's not Bruce Wayne. That's the thing. Like, it's that whole thing is his father actually becomes Batman. Spoiler alert for y'all who are really worried about it. It's just I promise you, it's not gonna ruin the movie for you from what people are saying. Um, but yeah, he's Thomas Wayne, not Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne died that night, not Thomas. It was so it was a thing where Bruce died instead of his parents, and it's a whole thing. But yeah, it's interesting. We'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, that's what folks are saying about the Flash movie.
It's something.
Yeah. All right, so we got some other stuff here. There's some leaks happening, Katie. Some leaks happening.
It's not good.
Yeah, it depends on your point of view, but in most cases, yeah, you're right. Leaks aren't good. It kind of ruins the experience for people.
Yeah.
But so there's a PSA out there from IGN. Final Fantasy 16 spoilers may be leaking online due to, quote, illegitimate acquisitions. Square Enix has issued a statement that warns fans of an unfortunate situation. This article, like I said, comes from IGN from an Adam Bankhurst. With less than 1 week until it's launched, it comes out on Friday, by the way, y'all get in it. Square Enix has confirmed that physical copies of Final Fantasy 16 have leaked into the wild, and that it is investigating, quote, illegitimate acquisitions and is acting to limit the damage they may cause ahead of the game's June 22nd release date. So my friends, be careful out there as there may be spoilers on the way. Square Enix shared the news on Twitter, and it also asked anyone who gets an early copy to please respect those who have yet to play it by not sharing any screenshots or videos, and to refrain from doing any live streams with the game until June 22nd. And I promise y'all, if you try to do that, it's going to be taken down because it's what they do. So here's their statement. We're aware that a small number of physical copies of Final Fantasy 16 are being circulated. We're in the process of a thorough investigation into illegitimate acquisitions and are acting to limit this ahead of the official game launch on June 22nd. For those who receive a copy ahead of launch, we kindly ask that you do not share any aspect of the game, including screenshots, videos, and live streams until blah blah has launched. Our priority is to ensure that the full game experience is not spoiled for our fans. And to do that, we will be taking down any images, video, or streams published ahead of launch day. We ask for your assistance and cooperation in this final week ahead of launch. It's almost June 22nd, and we can't wait for you to experience the full game the way the development team intended. And I believe they will take those streams and images and videos down because they tend to do that shit even after games have been released. Because I don't know what it is about Japanese game developers. They're weird about that shit sometimes, and I don't understand it.
I also do not understand as to why they do that.
Yeah, it's always been one of those things that's raised my eyebrows. It was like, why are you? I don't know. So yeah, that's one leak that's happening, Katie. There's more though. There's another one. This was from Nintendo. So this article comes from comicbook.com from Tyler Fisher. A Nintendo insider has leaked 2 GameCube remakes coming to Switch this year. So according to a Nintendo insider, 2 GameCube games are on their way to Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch Lite and Nintendo Switch OLED, with both potentially set to be revealed very soon. How soon? Well, the source in question doesn't say, but with a Nintendo Direct rumored for next month, it could be very soon. As for the source, it's Zippo, who has proven reliable and reputable more than once in the recent past. The first GameCube game is F-Zero GX, which has been subject to rumors in the past. According to the Nintendo Insider, the upcoming Nintendo Switch game is, quote, ready and still slated for release this year. To this end, Zippo notes that they hope it will be announced soon, but doesn't commit to this. The other GameCube game is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, which has also been subject to previous rumors. The new information is that the announcement is imminent because it could very well be the next major game from Nintendo to release after Pikmin 4, which is scheduled to release on July 21st. For those unfamiliar with both those Nintendo games, they both hail from the GameCube era. F-Zero GX was released in 2003 by Amusement Vision. As the successor to F-Zero X, it is widely considered one of the best Nintendo GameCube games and one of the best games from this era in gaming across all platforms. Then there's Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, which released a year later in 2004 via Intelligent Systems and the GameCube, the second game in the Paper Mario series. It, like F-Zero GX, is widely considered one of the best GameCube games and one of the best games of its era across the board. Unfortunately, Zippo does not provide finer details and yada, 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 yada. So, yeah, another, F-Zero GX remake, Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door remake coming to the Switch. How you feel about that? Are you familiar with either of those titles?
Paper Mario, yes. The other one, no. This also doesn't seem like it's like as big of a leak as releasing copies of your game, like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, not quite that big at all. Yeah.
Especially when these were, like the article said, like two of the names that were gonna probably drop anyways.
Yeah.
So I feel like this, in this context, it's not as terrible or like career threatening to people. But like y'all had like physical copies of your game just out in the wild. Why? Who let that happen?
Yeah, retailers fuck things up sometimes, man. It's just what happens. It's what happened with those Magic the Gathering decks a while ago that got put out early. Did you hear about that?
I did not know.
So there were some expansion decks or something like that from Magic the Gathering that somebody got their hands on early because a retailer fucked up. And let me tell you, Wizards of the Coast found out about this dude because he was opening the cards, on a stream or whatever. He was like, "Oh, this is dope. I got these early, blah, blah, blah," and opened it up. They sent the fucking Pinkertons after him. Yeah, the Pinkertons. I didn't know they were still a thing. Like, I thought they had got disbanded a long time ago because what they do is technically illegal. It's just like, how is this okay? But yeah, they sent the Pinkertons, the bad guys from Red Dead Redemption 2 people, them. Yeah. They sent the fucking Pinkertons. So it's like, it's a weird thing. There's somehow these fuck ups happen.
Wild.
But yeah, Paper Mario. I played the first Paper Mario. I didn't play this one. I didn't own a GameCube, so there was a lot of GameCube stuff that I just missed. That was my PlayStation 2 and Dreamcast era, and it was just GameCube just wasn't on my priority list. And I think that was actually post Dreamcast. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember, but it's. I know the Dreamcast came out after the N64, but I don't remember where the GameCube fell after that. So it's just, I may have been done playing Dreamcast by then. I don't remember. But yeah, like I said, I played the first Paper Mario. Didn't play this one. F-Zero is one of those games I kind of like jumped in and out of. Like I may have rented it sometimes. It's just it's a like space car racing game kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, we'll see. If we get that, Nintendo Direct next month, we definitely looking forward to seeing that. Because I want to know what else Nintendo's got going on post Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
Cool. So I want to take this time to remind you all that if you want to watch us on Patreon at patreon.com/creationworld, you can actually get this show and our other stuff ad-free. No ads whatsoever. But guess what? Because you are not watching us on patreon.com/creationworld, you're going to have to see the ads. So here are the ads. Want to spice things up in the bedroom? Then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Did you see Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, adamandeve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog-related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creationworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creationworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creationworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creationworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at w.creationworld.com for 10% off. Try Dubby today and feel the difference. The link is in the description. And we are back. Katie, how would you like to watch a couple trailers?
Let's do it.
All right. How do you feel about Stan Lee?
Love Stan Lee.
Well, Disney Plus has a documentary on Stan Lee coming out, and so let's take a look at that.
Look great, Hef.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a camera wrap on the creator of Iron Man, Stan Lee.
Hi, I'm Stan Lee, editor of the Marvel Comics group of superhero comic magazines.
He looks very different.
Money. It was
fiction, but I would read everything I could get my hands on. And man, I felt as though I could go anywhere. What I tried to do was write the kind of stories I would want to read.
Our superheroes are the kind of people that you or I would be if we had a superpower.
It's really a religious crusade, I like to think.
Stan was always an upbeat person. I never saw him angry.
There are so many bad things in the world that if you entertain somebody for a while, it's a good thing. If you really want to change things and make them better, you've got to plunge in.
All right. So yeah, that dropped already, but I wanted to, put that out there so as many people as possible knew about it. But
it looks great.
Looks like something I'd definitely be interested in seeing. I'm glad it exists, but somebody's not so happy about it, Katie.
Of course.
That'd be Mr. I think his name, Neil Kirby, son of Jack Kirby. He's a little upset. So let's talk about what he's got to say here. So this article comes from Deadline from Bruce Herring. Jack Kirby's son challenges Stan Lee Disney Plus documentary narrative. So the new Disney Plus documentary on the life of Marvel Comics editor Stan Lee has drawn flack from his co-creator's son. Disney Plus's documentary Stan Lee has been challenged by Neil Kirby, who posted a series of tweets with the assistance of his daughter, Jillian Kirby. The complaint states that Lee receives far too much credit for creating the Fantastic Four, the Incredible Hulk, and other Marvel characters that Kirby had a hand in bringing to life. Are we to assume Lee had a hand in creating every Marvel character? Are we to assume that it was never the other co-creator that walked into Lee's office and said, "Stan, I have a great idea for a character"? That was a quote from Mr. Neal here. According to Lee, it was always his idea. He spends a fair amount of time talking about how and why he created the Fantastic Four, with only one fleeting reference to my father. Neil wrote that Lee relied on others for major plot points. It should be noted, says in his quote, and is generally accepted that Stan Lee had a limited knowledge of history, mythology, or science. On the other hand, my father's knowledge of these subjects, to which I and many others can personally attest, was extensive. Einstein summed it up better. More the knowledge, lesser the ego. Lesser the knowledge, more the ego. Neil Kirby said he has had enough of the Stan Lee myth and is defending all the writers and artists whose work was overshadowed. The post concludes, it's way past time to at least get this one chapter of literary/art history right. Enough said. So Neil's saying my dad does not get nearly enough credit, and we need to change this and stop giving Stan Lee all the credit and give the other writers and creators the credit they deserve. What you think?
I mean, I feel like that's reasonable. He's not asking for a lot. Sadly, that's what happens in a lot of things where it's multiple people working on something and one person becomes the main focus. In this case, It's Stan Lee. Like, that's just how businesses like that work. Apple, and these main companies, when you think of Apple, you think of Steve Jobs and nobody else. It's that kind of shit. So, yeah. I mean, I understand being mad and upset and wanting the credit for your father, but the people who know, and you're not going to be able to overtake the legend of Stan Lee.
Yeah. And as far as the way the documentary portrays things, it's part of a bigger thing where Stan Lee tends to get all the credit for Marvel. But also in this documentary, I haven't watched it myself, but I'm just going to make some wild assumptions here that in a Stan Lee documentary, they're going to focus on Stan Lee.
Who would have thought?
It's just, it kind of just makes sense to me that that's how the story is going to be told. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
I mean, if there's a documentary after a certain person and that certain person wasn't the main focus, I would be a little concerned.
It's almost like that year when The Last Dance came out, and it was basically a documentary about Michael Jordan, and Scottie Pippen got all up his ass about it. Because it was just like, sir, it was a documentary about Michael Jordan. Yeah, the rest of the Bulls were a part of it because that's the main part of the story is that last year with the Bulls. But, sir, this ain't about you. Chill. And he's been on some shit for like forever since then. Like, had this quote just a while ago talking about how before Scottie Pippen got there, how like Michael Jordan was a terrible player. He was taking bad shots. And they're like, nigga, fuck you.
In this case, like, if Mr. Kirby wants his father to get the recognition and the credit he deserves, then make a documentary about your father and put it out, motherfucker. Like, that's
and call it the real Marvel story or some shit like that. I guarantee you somebody will jump on that shit. Like,
oh yeah,
there's no way they don't. There are plenty of people out there you can contact that will do that shit.
100%.
Yeah. All right, let's see. How are you as far as anime goes? You watch a lot of anime? You don't watch a lot of anime?
Not a ton. I've watched like one-offs here and there, but I'm not like diehard anime. I need to watch it all. Like, I know what a lot of it is, but...
So here's my question. Do you consider Avatar: The Last Airbender an anime?
Yeah. I think I would.
Okay. Are you familiar with that show at all?
Oh, I loved the show.
Okay. So, growing up, I didn't really watch it. I saw the first couple episodes, I remember, when I was a kid, but didn't keep watching it for whatever reason. I don't know what that reason was. I don't remember. I don't even think it was because I didn't like it. I think maybe I just had so much other shit. I was always in stuff like, basketball, football. I played roller hockey. I was in Boy Scouts. I did all kind of stuff when I was a kid. I wasn't at home a lot. But I don't know. I just, for some reason, I never watched Avatar: The Last Airbender like that. I only saw, like I said, the first couple episodes that I remember. But I have a trailer here for the live action remake that's coming to Netflix. So let's check that out.
Let's do it.
So I guess, and that was just teasing all the different nations or whatever, because
I'm assuming so, yeah.
Because I remember, like, I know the going thing is, I guess the joke people say, like, everything was going great until the Fire Nation attacked,
Because it's true.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Does that get you excited at all? Or you looking forward to the live action remake? Or
I have much higher hopes for this live action than the other live action that they tried to do and was garbage. Like, especially just looking at like casting and stuff from pictures I've seen. Like, for this one, I feel like it's gonna be a lot better. I mean, I'll give it a shot. Like, I loved the anime so much. It's just like a good little comfort show here and there. But yeah, I'll definitely give it a shot. I mean, it's a good premise of a movie and a show, so like they can fuck it up, but like hopefully they don't fuck it up.
About to say, you want them to try, because I'm sure they can do it if they really wanted to.
They already fucked it up once. Let's not do it again.
That's what I'm saying. They've done it once, they can do it again. All right, let's see. How about One Piece? You familiar with One Piece?
I have never watched the anime. I do know that they are making it a movie. I have never watched it now.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna see if I've seen the first, I want to say probably like the first 20 episodes, and I was just like, this ain't for me. And then I've told this joke before with somebody who's like, yeah, you gotta get to like episode 50, and that's when it really starts getting. I'm like, oh fuck that. Like,
Yeah, no.
and there's like 7 million episodes and all that too. I'm like,
It's
no,
the
I'm not,
longest running anime.
yeah, I'm not watching 50 episodes of a TV show waiting for it to get good. I'm not doing it. So
Yes, sir.
do better. But here we go. Here's the live action. Let's see what happens when this man tries to become Pirate King.
Ever since I was a kid. The sea's been calling. So, I'm setting out to follow my dreams.
That's right. Follow your dreams.
I'm gonna be king of the pirates.
Hell yeah. Believe in yourself.
All I need is a loyal crew.
Oh, that's all?
And I think
That's it.
together we'd make a pretty good team. We're heading up to the Grand Line.
A treacherous stretch of ocean with bigger islands and bigger pirates.
Oh, I remember the clown dude.
I don't want to. I'm sensing a little bit of tension amongst the crew.
Not a crew.
We haven't sailed together for very long, but I know we've got each other's backs. All great fighters call out their finishing moves.
No, they don't.
Okay.
Okay. Looks beautiful. Like some
yeah.
of those shots were real nice.
I'm interested to see how they're going to make it work with old dude that fights with 3 swords at a time. Because, you know, he holds one in his mouth and then holds 2 in his hands and he fights with 3 swords. I don't know how they're going to make that work in live action, but, you know, in anime, it works because it doesn't have to make sense. But,
Well, I mean, you saw his fist stretched out like 50 feet.
that feels like a more plausible thing you can make happen with just CGI. But the thing is, watching him fight with 3 swords with 1 in his mouth it works in a way that's very strange when you watch it in the anime. So it's like I'm wondering how they're going to translate that to live action.
Maybe they'll just have him like hold 2 swords in one hand and 1 in the other, and he'll be able to fight like that. That's
Well, they showed a shot of him with 1 in his mouth already, so they're doing it. So I haven't seen him actually fight that way. So I'm just like I said, I'm curious to see how they work it out.
it's gonna be something. I mean, it doesn't look bad for not knowing a lot. Like if you go
Right.
into this not knowing like the show or anything or the manga or anything like that, I feel like you could still have a good time. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't look bad.
Yeah, my familiarity with it is very limited, so I'm not expecting to, be disappointed or anything. All right. So let me ask you, how what's your history with Power Rangers?
It's not as like extensive as a lot of other people's. I mean, people also forget that I'm only 26, so like
I know that's why I'm curious is where it begins and ends with you.
I don't remember necessarily where it begins. I definitely remember watching something when I was like young, and I want to say it was maybe I was in middle school, possibly. I would watch Power Rangers before I go to school because it was on TV, and it was the Dino one. I distinctly remember that for some reason.
The Dino one. There have been a couple of Dino ones. There was 3 of them, like Dino Thunder, and then there was
Yes.
okay, got you,
Yes.
got you. Now I know where your era is. That makes sense. So you actually have met Tommy. That's what I was really like.
Yes, I have met Tommy.
Okay. You haven't met Tommy in his prime, but you met Tommy. Got it.
Yeah.
You met that Dino Thunder Tommy, not White Ranger, Green Ranger Tommy. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm with you now. You didn't see him flex on all the Power Rangers and whoop all their ass by himself and kick them out of their own Zord and shit. Like it was it was a stressful time to be a kid back then because we didn't know what was going to happen. Like we had the Power Rangers. It was the 5 of them. They were, they were the heroes. They won. And then there was this other Power Ranger who was evil and was constantly kicking their ass. It was just like, and it felt like it was going on a lot longer than it did. But honestly, it was only about 5 episodes. But it just felt like it was happening for so long because like every time you turned the show on, it was Tommy beating the shit out of him. But anyway, Jason David Frank, who played Tommy, his movie Legend of the White Dragon has revealed some new action figures. It was something he filmed before he died. It just hadn't been released yet. He'd been trying to promote it and all that, but now it's actually coming out later on this year. But this article comes from Matt Aguilar on comicbook.com. Were you saying something? I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
No. You're good.
Okay. So, Jason David Frank's final project before his tragic passing was Legend of the White Dragon, and the film will be getting a theatrical release later this year. Now we'll be getting a new line of action figures too. As Valaverse revealed, they are developing figures from the film at this year's Joe Fest. I'm not sure what Joe Fest is. I'm not familiar with that one. Legend of the White Dragon 2-pack was featured during Valaverse's presentation, which features the White Dragon and Aaron Shonk's Dragon Prime. Each figure comes with a civilian head sporting their likeness, as well as alternate hands and a weapon accessory that emits from the gauntlet. And you can check out the image. Let me see. I got the picture here. Come on. Of course, you're going to be difficult now. Yeah.
Of course.
They shared it in a tweet. I'll just pull up the tweet. Fuck it. Well, it's on IG, not Twitter. Here we go. But yeah, that's it right there. That's that.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got a couple action figures. So that's cool. I'm glad his movie is coming out though. Like I said, he was really pushing to get that made for a long time, and well, get it out, not get it made because it got made. It just
yeah.
But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this, and I'm glad it's getting a theatrical release. I plan on seeing it in theaters.
Yeah, I mean those action figures look fucking dope.
Yeah, and there'll be collector's items at some point.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. All right, we got one more trailer here, and then we'll head out. All right.
All right.
This is for something called Cobweb. We'll see what this is. This looks like something with some scariness going on. So we'll see what's happening after. And already, I think the fuck not. Why the fuck is this thing knocking in my wall? Oh, you gonna knock back?
It's okay. It was just a bad dream.
No, the fuck it's not okay. Like,
I heard it again.
why are there so many dead pumpkins outside? What the fuck is happening?
Daddy!
This is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Make it stop.
This is an old house. There's bound to be bumps in the night. Peter drew this?
Yes. Is he all right?
Peter
No.
has an overactive imagination.
No, this kid is not all right.
No.
More nightmares. No more.
That's right.
Yeah, because he can control that.
You know, I wish I had someone I could talk to about the things that were happening in my house.
Mom? Mom?
Oh, hell, fuck no.
Peter, sometimes you have to make hard decisions to protect your family.
What is that? The banging.
You don't hear anything, Peter.
Wait, what the fuck is that thing with the mask on?
Beautiful imagination.
I don't know.
It's going to get you into trouble one day.
Hey, day before my birthday.
Yeah, hell, fuck no. I'll leave that to y'all. You and Matt can watch that and talk about that, and I'll stay here with things that make me laugh. Because no, that ain't for me. That is not for me. No, thank you. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100.
No, that I mean, I never would have expected Homelander and Janice Ian from Mean Girls to be parents. So
I didn't recognize the mother, but I saw him and I'm like, oh, is that Homelander?
yeah, I remember I started watching that trailer a while ago, like on Twitter, and I was like, nah, I'm not in the mood, and I scrolled past it. But no, that looks like the type of creepy that I'm about. It's giving like Insidious type vibes, so I'm kind of excited. Looks terrifying. Matt will love this.
Yeah. Again, I'll say no, thank you. But I'll let you enjoy that because. And those of you out there, I'm glad you stuck around and enjoyed this time with us, but that's going to be it for today. Remember, if you're looking for us on the socials, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creatia World. That is at ITSCREATIA World. Also on Facebook at facebook.com/Creatia World. And while you're on Facebook, don't forget to stop by our separate Facebook groups, one of them being facebook.com/group/them-dragons. For those of you who are fans of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, just go in there, hang out with us, share your Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon memes, or if you just got a cool picture of a dragon, just drop a picture of the dragon in there, and that'll make me happy because I love dragons. Also, if you're a wrestling fan, you can check out facebook.com/groups/Smacking It Raw, the official Facebook group for our wrestling podcast every Friday night, the Smacking It Raw podcast, every Friday night at midnight Eastern, 11 p.m. Central Time, featuring the Warden Matt Ritter, Vince Day Delgado, and Katie Kinsey, baby, right there. Yes, every Friday night. You can also find me on both Twitter and Instagram at Lord_Cussalott. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT. Katie, where can they find you? All that good stuff. Plug your shit. Let them know.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter, KatieRaston13. Linktree, I'm about to take all things She Leads Showcase. Twitch.tv/She Leads Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern, except this week. Matt is going to be hopping on with me at midnight Eastern Wednesday night, because I have a panel that I am working on. It's going to I'll drop like what the topic is. It's going to be me and 5 other women in the wrestling podcast world, and we're going to be discussing the top 5 women's champions from the 2000s to now.
Nice.
So that'll be coming out later, like towards the end of this month, but we're filming it on Thursday, like the typical time She Lead is. So things had to get switched around, but you can check out everything She Lead. I occasionally am on Smacking It Raw, like Travis said. I've been put on the bench for 2 weeks, but that's okay. I still watch live. I still hang out. And we're still doing Getting Off stuff. I think we're going to do Saw soon. So be on the lookout for that
like
too.
All of them or like?
I think we're just like going to just talk about like all the movies.
Talk about the franchise? Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Have I seen all of them? I think I've seen all of them. If I'm remembering correctly.
I have. I mean, not all of them are good, but
yeah. Saw 2 is still my favorite, but
solid pick.
Yeah, that was the one where just like you realized it wasn't all happening at the same time. It was like it blew my fucking mind. I was like, oh shit,
wild.
Yeah, like he was in the safe the whole time.
Like the first time seeing that, I was like, no way.
That was the thing. It was legitimately a test. Like if you just wait. Like legit, like if you just wait, just do what he said and wait, you'd have got your kid back. And it was like, fuck me. Okay. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about Saw. I'll let y'all do that on that show. But thank you all once again for watching the Creatia Conversation. We'll be back every day as we always are, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central Time. Give you all that nerdish in the news. We'll catch you next time. Until then, we out.